You So we're working on alpha and omega, and this one's going to be in the key of C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, that's our scale. And this one is interesting because it has a few chords that are not typically in the key of C. So we'll have to look out for those, and we'll go over them here in a sec. But the intro portion is pretty simple. It's just hanging on that C in the left hand, and over top of it has a little bit of like a C sus where it goes to the F, and then when the chord chart says C2, it just has the D. That just means you have the D, which is in the key of C. C is 1, 1, 2, 2 is the D. So it just has some kind of floaty stuff. It doesn't have to be exactly what they did. And the verse starts with a C chord, and then D minor, back to C, F major, which is F, A, C, D minor, D, F, A, and then our Lord is where we have our first kind of funky chord. So there we have an F minor over A flat. So A flat's right here. F minor consists of F, A flat, C, and this is F minor 6. So it would be, you would add the D to that chord. So I'm playing it in inversion of it because it just fits a little easier for me. So I do A flat in my left hand, A flat in my right hand, C, D, F, and then we go to C over G, C2 over G, which means you're playing that D with it over G. So whenever you see a chord slash something, that just means the chord on the other side of the slash. I'm sorry, the chord is the first note in it. So C2 is showing you what chord you're playing. You're playing a C major, and then slash G shows you playing G underneath that. And then you play G chord, G, B, D, and then same thing for the F inversion. You do an F2 over A, so F, G, C, and then G over B, G chord over a B, and then C. G, sus, C. And then it's just, those chords are pretty much what you use for most of the rest of the song. The verses are pretty much the same. You have a G over C there. Omega. C over E, so that's just a C chord with the E in the bass. F, D minor, and then we have our F minor 6 over A flat again, C2. Then you do that walk up. Sorry. You do that one a lot. Now, for We Give You All the Glory, that bridge is what it's labeled. I play for the B minor 7 flat 5. So for a typical B minor would be B, D, F sharp, but it flattens a 5. So the fifth of that is that F sharp. So we lower that. So that is, and then it adds a 7. So you can play that A in there with it. So I was playing it like this. I played the B octaves in my left hand, and then D, F, A in my right hand. And then when I went to the G sharp diminished 7th, I just played a simplified that version. So I just took the same chord I was playing pretty much with the B, the B minor 7 flat 5. That's a mouthful. With that, and then I did A flat in my left hand or G sharp. They're in harmonic equivalence, which means they sound the same. It's just a fancy way of saying they're the same. So for the B chord, B B, D, F, A, and then G sharp. I just add the B up top. It's kind of like you're walking up. Then you're playing an A minor, which I'm playing an inversion of it, A minor 7. So A minor 7 will have A, C, E, G. So I'm just playing E, G, and C up top because it finishes that walk up. And that's pretty much the chords in this one. We worship you. That one's different. The D minor 7 flat 5. So for D minor, D, F, A. And the 7th would just be the C. So I add in the bottom. But we flatten the 5, which means we flatten that A, and it goes. So a D minor 7 flat 5 would be D, F, A flat, C. And then we have our C over G again. And then we do a little walk up. And that's pretty much the chords for it. Occasionally at the end of some of the verses, you'll to be praised, it'll have like a G over C, F over C. And then later when we go to the bridge, it starts doing, for the next bridge section, instead of going from the B chord to that G sharp, it just goes to the E major. So an E major 7, sharp 9. Oof. So you can really just play an E major and it'll be fine. So do that same B chord, E major, then A minor. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, they got that fixed. Now, like I was saying, there you got the B chord, and then I just do E major, and then you have your same chords. And that's pretty much it for the chords. There's a drum dropout. So after you go through the chorus, you do chorus and then the bridge section, and then 2 choruses, and then you do 2 bridges before you do a drum dropout. So once you get to that, we give you all, and then you drop. So you kind of hit the A minor and then let it fade out. And then you'll come back in. Oh Lord, that's where you build it back. And then you do much of the same. You can do an inversion on that E, so where I did an inversion where I'm playing B, E, G sharp, B, like that. That way it gives me the walk-up feel still. And then your instrumental, or that little interlude, is the same as a bridge progression. And that's much of the same. And then the ending has a worthy to be praised. You just tag it. You just repeat that. That's all there is to Alpha and Omega for the keys.